Good morning, seventh graders. Happy Friday and happy Halloween Eve. So I know some of you are gearing up to go out and trick or treat on Saturday, and some of you are good to just stay home and hang out and think that you're too old for it. So that's okay. Either way, I hope you enjoy your weekend. End of October already. Again, like I said yesterday, crazy. So just looking around the school at all the Halloween doors, they're pretty awesome all throughout the school. So hopefully you get a chance to check out some of the sixth grade and eighth grade if you haven't seen those already, because I'm pretty sure you've seen most of seventh grade. But great job. They're awesome doors, and it's been really fun watching all of you just work on them and the creativity, and it's just been amazing. So again, I hope you have a great weekend enjoying the holiday and whatever else you're going to do to finish up October. So today, we're going to actually finish up lesson 7. And then after that, we're going to look at you just taking some time and practicing with Quizizz on lessons 6 and 7. So I'll show that to you here shortly. There's just a few problems I want to finish up with you in lesson 7. And we're going to start on page 164 today with a calculator. So you can pause the video, make sure you have your book to page 164. You have your calculator right next to you as well. And we will get going on this Friday. Meet you back here. Okay, so we have talked about tax and discount. And tax was in lesson 6, and discount is what we've just covered in lesson 7. I'm specifically looking at number 11, and it shows us a Venn diagram, and we're looking at, comparing and contrasting the two of those. So think about and have a small discussion, maybe in your crew or with one other person. What's a difference that tax and discount have? How are they opposite of each other? And then what is something that's similar between the two of them? So again, thinking about filling out that Venn diagram, what could you write down? What could you say? And you can write down and jot some notes in there if you'd like. What is something different about tax and discount? Those go on the outer edges. And then in the middle, what's something that they have in common? So take a minute maybe and have that discussion, and then we'll come back and take a look. Okay, so here's what I thought of. So tax. When we talk about tax, you end up paying more money, right? So it's something that has to be added to an amount to get your total cost. So you pay more. On the opposite side of that, discount, you pay less money. So you're looking at like a sale price. You end up subtracting the discount. So it's like we talked in yesterday's lesson, it's cheaper. And so what I thought of in the middle, just as far as their similarity on both of them, they're both percents, right? So we talk about 6% sales tax in Michigan. We also talked about in different states, or I showed you a map of all the different states and the different sales taxes that they have. It could be 8% sales tax. It could be 0% sales tax. It could be 2%. It's a percentage of the regular price. Same thing with discount, right? You're saving money. So you could have something that is 40% off the regular price, 60% off the regular price, 10% off the regular price. And so both tax and discount use that percentage off of the regular price or of the regular price, okay? You may have added a few other things or jotted a few other notes down that you came up with another person or in your crew, and that's fine. If you have any further questions, like if you're still not clear the difference between tax and discount, shoot me an email, talk to me, and we can hopefully clear that up for you. So I said I wanted to do a couple more problems with you just in lesson 7, and then we're going to head into some practice today. So the first one we're going to look at, we're going to go back into where the lesson starts. There it goes. We're going to look at on page 161. There's a letter B there for a got it that we're going to try. Letter B, 161. So letter B says you have a CD that has a regular price of $15.50, and it's on sale at a 25% discount. what is the sale price with 6.5% tax? So we haven't seen this yet. We have a story problem here that's giving us the regular price, the discount on that CD, and in addition to that, it's telling us the sales tax. We haven't had to do a problem where there's been three number values in that problem to work out. So this is an example of a final cost problem. And with these final cost problems, we actually go through 4 steps. So we're going to use this, the side on the line paper side on the right of your note or your math book here. And we're going to come up and we're going to work out this 4-step problem right here. So the first thing that I would look at doing is let's find, first off, that discount. Let's figure out how much 25% is off of this $15.50 CD. So we're going to start by setting up that proportion that we've been practicing. We're going to put that 25% out of 100%. And we're going to say how much that discount, X, the part, if the CD is $15.50. So this should look familiar, right? We're going to go through this step here and solve. So cross multiplying. And then you should, right, grab your calculator. Let's take 15.50 and multiply that by 25. And when we do, we see 387.5. Okay, let's divide, right? We know that's our next step. Okay, so X equals, dividing by 100, 2 places to the left, you get this, 3.875. Now at that point, you're going to have to round to the nearest cent. So that 5 right there in the thousandth, that tells me what to do in the hundredths there. So that means here, you're going to round and get 3.8, actually, there we go, $3.88. Now this right here is your discount that you just found. Just abbreviate there, discount. So that's the first step. Now, think about the next step. So we know we're going to save $3.88 on this CD. The next step is looking at the sale price. So if you can find the discount, like we practiced yesterday, we're going to subtract and see what the sale price is on this CD. So I probably should say that that was step 1. This is going to be step 2. And so we're going to take the price of the CD, $15.50, subtract the discount, the $3.88, subtract away. All right, let's find it. Let's find that sale price. So calculating. When you subtract, you should get $11.62. That's the sale price of the CD. Okay, so the second step. So we've figured out the 25% discount. We've subtracted and found the sale price on the CD at $11.62. Now remember, if I go back to the problem, we have a 6.5% sales tax that needs to be figured out or figured into this problem. We have to know when we go up to the register to pay, yep, it's on sale, here's the sale price. But in addition to that, I got to pay tax. So now comes step 3. And in step 3 here, we go back to setting a proportion up. So we're going to find out how much tax the part on the sale price. So we need to take the $11.62 and bring it here. So I'm going to draw an arrow. Do not bring the $15.50 back down. Don't bring the regular price down. Remember, it's on sale. So we have to bring the sale price down here. Okay, let's finish it out here. Now remember, in the story, it says 6.5% tax. 6.5% tax out of 100%. Okay, proportions ready to go. Let's cross multiply. So we're going to do 100 times x again equals $11.62 times 6.5. 11.62 times 6.5. Always work these out with me. So the decimal you should see when you multiply those two is 75.53. Okay, solve it. Divide by 100. X equals, well, we divide by 100. Again, we know we're going to move that decimal 2 places to the left. So you get this decimal, 0.7553. We always have to round to the nearest cent, which is in the hundredths here. So I look at the thousandths. That 5 in the thousandths is going to round the 5 in the hundredths up. So that means here you have 76 cents in tax. And we've got one last step. So remember, 4 steps, right? One last step. I'm going to go up to the register. I'm going to pay for that CD. I want the cashier to be able to tell me how much I owe based on it being on sale. And now I'm adding the 6.5% tax. Tax adding. So at this point, we need to make sure, again, we use the sale price. So the $11.62. 11.62 plus the tax that we just got, 76 cents. We need to add these two amounts together. Your final cost when you go to pay at the register, added together, is going to give you $12.38. Final cost. Oops. Here it is. So there's a lot to it, right? There's a lot of work to that. But we've practiced these steps. So we've practiced in step number 1, finding the discount. We practiced in step number 2, taking the discount and subtracting it away from the regular price to get the sale price. That was yesterday's lesson. We also practiced back in lesson 6, taking and finding tax. And then the last step, number 4, adding the tax so you can have a final cost. So we're taking lesson 6 and lesson 7 and combining them at this point into these 4 steps to get a final cost. So yes, it takes some work and it is long. That's okay. It's how, when you go to pay at a register, that's exactly what happens. It's automatically doing it behind the scenes. You don't see all these calculations, but this is what's happening. So let's scooch and try another one. So this one is going to be in independent practice. And let's see. I think we'll do number 4 right here. So we'll take the $4.30 makeup, 40% discount at 6% tax. And your independent practice is on page 163. Let's do this last one together here. Okay, so we know we're going to have 4 steps, and I know that because I see in the problem there are 3 numbers I have to work with here. I have the makeup cost, I have the discount, I have the tax. So I need to find that final cost when I go up to the register. So first step, and I'll call this one A this time. Let's set it up. Let's find the discount first. So let's start with how much of a discount, X the part, out of the makeup. That's $4.30. It's a 40% discount out of 100. Okay, start there. Start with your discount. Let's see how much money we're going to save. So let's work it out. Okay, 100 times X, 4.3, $4.30 times 40. 172 divide by 100. X equals, okay, 2 steps to the left, or 2 decimal spots to the left, 1.72. Now, that's your discount. That's how much money you're saving. First step is done. Second step, you need to know the sale price. So to find your sale price, we're going to take that makeup, that $4.30, and we're going to subtract away from that the discount, $1.72. Okay, again, this is the discount you found first in the first step. This here is going to be your sale price, so let's subtract that out. And so that gives you $2.58 sale price. Okay, first 2 steps are done. So the makeup's on sale for $2.58. Okay, we're going to take it up to the register. We're going to pay. We're going to pay Michigan sales tax at 6%. So step C, or third step. Set the proportion back up again. And remember, we're going to find out how much tax, X, out of this sale price needs to go right here. $2.58 makeup, because remember it's on sale, 2.58. And then over here, we're paying 6% Michigan sales tax out of 100. So X over 2.58 equals 6 over 100. All right, let's find the tax amount. 100 times X, $2.58 times 6. So 15.48. Okay, solve it. So dividing by 100 here, 15.48 divided by 100, I get this decimal, 0.1548. Okay, I got to look at, in the thousands, there's a 4. Does that round my 5 in the hundredths for the amount of change? How many cents? It does not, right? The 4 is not going to round that 5 up. So that means here I have 15 cents in tax. 15 cents in tax. Last step. I'm going to throw that right down here. We're going to take the sale price. Remember, the makeup's on sale for $2.58 plus add the tax that we just got, 15 cents. Let's see. Final cost, 2.58 plus 0.15 your total for the makeup there on sale with 6% Michigan sales tax is $2.73. Final cost right here. All right, so again, it's a lot of work. So the two that I showed you, if you need to go back and look at the beginning again, or kind of walk yourself through those problems again, then absolutely. You will have to do probably one of them on the second test, just one, but it's good practice. It's good understanding how you pay for things with a discount and a sales tax. Now what you're going to do is, I said you're going to practice lesson 6 and lesson 7 in Quizizz. And so you're going to find in Google Classroom for 7th grade math, there's 2 of them listed. So one of them says tax, tips, discount, markups practice. And the other one says sales tax and total cost practice. Both say you should be using lined paper or a whiteboard with a calculator to work the problems out. Don't guess. Don't just pick up your calculator. You really need to work the problems out and understand the setup to get your correct answer. So I'm just going to caution you right now when you go through these. So I'm going to open up, let's see, sales tax and total cost. I'll just show you some of the questions on here. You have to read these very carefully so you know what you're solving for. So for example, one of the first ones I'm showing you here. What is the total cost with sales tax? So it's using the word total cost, right? And you see a price of $17.95 and 6% tax. So you're going to find with this problem 2 steps. Find the sales tax and then add together to get the total cost. I should tell you that nowhere in these Quizizz review problems right now are you going to have a 4-step problem that we just did. I didn't put any 4-step problems in these Quizizz games that you're going to practice right now. So you're going to basically be looking at 1 or 2 steps with these problems as long as you very carefully read and understand what it's asking for. Total cost here, 2 steps. If I keep going, let's see if I look at question number 2, different story, but I do see at the end it says, what was the total cost? Okay, again, total cost, 2 steps. Still looking, number 3 here. Final question is going to say, what was the amount of sales tax he paid on the chair? 1 step. You only need to know the sales tax. 1 step here. Okay. Let's see, number 5. How much is the total for the candy? You see that word total, you have to do 2 steps. You're going to be adding 2 steps here. Find the tax, add the tax for the total. Again, number 6, how much is the total that he paid? 2 steps. This uses the word final price instead of total, but again, 2 steps. There's no 4-step problems here. Number 8, let's see. When she goes to pay, how much will she owe? This is also going to be a total cost problem. So I guess what I'm trying to say to you is, again, as I go through these and I try to break them apart for you, look at that last question and truly understand how many steps you need to take care of, 1 or 2. And so I'll caution you again on the other one I gave you to practice. The same thing's going to happen. It's right here. So you'll just read through those questions carefully. You could have a tax, a tip, a discount, or a markup question here, which is going to put together all of lesson 6 and 7. And so this takes definitely, I said chapter 2 is a long chapter. It's one that's very, you really have to think and read the questions carefully and understand the setup of these problems. Take your time. These aren't getting turned in. It's practice. And I am going to leave these on Google Classroom. probably until you take the second test, which is going to be, we're looking at around November 10th. So you have some time, but these are for practice. These are good practice problems to go through and make sure you understand what you're solving for each time. Okay, so that's how you're going to end your hour today, is working through some Quizizz, and that's it. So when we come back on Monday, we actually have one more lesson to do in chapter 2. It's lesson 8 on interest. We'll spend a few days on that. But we're wrapping up these two, actually, all this week. We've talked about lesson 6 and 7. So we're wrapping that up right now with this practice on Quizizz. Have a fantastic weekend, like I said. And I will see you back on Monday.